problems. Now, how big is this in-building coverage problem issue really? Andy, let's go to the first slide. We can talk about the size of the market for voice. How do you size the actual marketplace? A couple of different ways we could do it. One of the things we could do is use an analytical method and say that if you've got a 97% probability of coverage outdoors, that's going to drop you to about a 64% probability of coverage indoors. Less scientific, but it's still a good way as a survey. And in our survey, we found that 45% of customers reported spotty coverage at home and about 55% reported spotty coverage at their businesses. The best way yet, though, is to talk to the wireless carriers and see what they have to say. One Tier 1 carrier we spoke to said that about 45% of their customers have spotty coverage at home and about 35% for another carrier that we spoke to. Bottom line is, if you've got poor quality of service inside of your home or business, you're going to have dropped calls, you're going to have lots of unsatisfied customers, and that's going to unfortunately lead to churn. Now, 3G makes this situation even worse because of the challenges of coverage. So, Andy, let's go to the next slide and talk a little bit about 3G and 3G data services. 3G is actually a blessing and a curse for the wireless carrier. You can see all the different kind of devices here the customers are now beginning to use their 3G data services with. The good news is that these devices drive higher ARPU for the carriers. The bad news is that they're creating a level of expectation from the customers about the quality of coverage and the quality of data service and the speed of data services inside the building. And unfortunately, this becomes another place for customers to be dissatisfied with their wireless coverage. So, let's look at a typical situation. And if you go to that next slide, you can see here a house. And in this house, you can see there's one spot on the upper left-hand corner of the house where there's actually some coverage. Now, you can almost imagine the scenario now where the customer calls the customer service department of their local carrier and says, I just got this 3G phone, but it's just not on. I can't get good data speeds, I'm dropping calls right and left, and I'm sick of running to the window every single time I want to make or receive a phone call. But with the Nextivity product, a clever customer service manager can say, wait, I heard you say that you could run to the window. That tells me there's a spot in your home where you get at least one bar of coverage on your phone. Is that correct? Customer says, yep, that's correct. So now what happens is, the customer service manager says, well, if you'll stay with me for just 48 hours, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ship you an amazing product that you're going to be able to install by yourself, and this product is going to allow you to light up your house with coverage, and you're going to love it and be my customer forever. So will you give me 48 hours before you leave? And the customer says, yeah, okay, 48 hours. So the next day, the delivery man knocks on the front door and delivers a package to that customer, and in that package there are two boxes. The first box, which you saw come up on the screen, we call the window unit. And you're going to place that unit someplace close to a window in your home. How do you know where to put it? There's a signal strength indicator on the front of it, just like the signal strength indicator on your phone. Now notice that I said place the unit and not install the unit. And the reason I put it that way is because to put this unit into service, all you have to do is sit it in an area of your phone where there's some coverage and plug it into the mains power outlet. There's no external cables, there's no switches, there's no buttons, there's no Yankee antenna on your roof, there's no connection to the internet. You literally sit it down in an area of your home where you have coverage and you plug it in. And if you'll hit that button one more time, the second button, the second unit looks something like this. Now to give you an idea about the size, once more, Eddie. There you go, here's a wireless mouse. And if you click it again, Andy, you can see that this wireless mouse is about twice as big as our device is about twice as big as that wireless mouse. So once more, Andy, what we're going to do with this unit is we're going to place it somewhere near the center of your house. And here's how our system works. We bring in coverage from the macro network to that window unit. The window unit converts the signal from analog to digital, passes it over a proprietary link using our protocol on the 5 gigahertz unlicensed spectrum, and delivers it to that central unit, the coverage unit. The coverage unit then, once more, Eddie, the coverage unit then reconstitutes that signal, turns it back into analog information, and blankets your home from the inside out with wireless coverage. Now, we know for a product like this to be successful and to actually have global acceptance in the marketplace, it's going to have to be so easy to install that any customer can do it. So I want to show you real quickly what the user interface on a product like this looks like.
George, I hate to do it,
Yep.
but we've got to cut you off.
Okay.
I apologize. That's 5 minutes, and we've got to be very strict here. So I do apologize.
All right, easy enough.
But we do
I'll
have
be happy to take your questions.
Yes, 3 minutes of questioning. So first, I'd like to ask Dotan, you've done